All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, Wakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GML, elders of GMS who were well, and peace and salutations to Akim in this four corner, pushing the truth for sincerity. Peace be unto you. I want to talk about the plan of destruction that's going to happen to, those who don't get right. This is Psalms chapter 37, verse. I'm skip around a little bit. I'm gonna start with verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth, and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. So now, the wicked plot against the just. Now let's see who the wicked is according to the Bible. It's Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So this earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the face of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Now the judges of this earth are the Israelites, the so-called, Negroes, Native Americans, Latinos. The judges are those who were set to rule the earth. God gave this covenant with Israel, to be on top. So Scripture says in Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So instead of being given to Israel, because Israel transgressed, it's been given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges. So the judges are the Israelites. Who covers the faces of the judges? Who's known for repainting images of so-called black people and painting them white? The famous picture of Yahushai or Jesus, who people call, is depicted as a white man. They covered that up from the original image, which would have been, more accurately depicted as, having darker skin. So they covered the faces. He's one of the judges of the earth. Yahweh being the top judge. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. And as you can see, so-called white people are ruling this earth. They're ruling the world. The earth is given into their hand. The Rothschilds, your DuPonts, all of your elite families, Kennedys and stuff like that. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So after giving description that if it's not the so-called white man, who is it? Now, going back over here, it says, the wicked plotteth against the just. The wicked being the so-called white man, the just is supposed to be you Israelites, who supposed to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And gnasheth upon him with his teeth. You see that constantly, by putting drugs in our community, giving drugs to our people to sell amongst ourselves. The disparities of sentences that you see Native Americans, blacks, Latinos get as opposed to their white counterparts who do cocaine or other drugs at the same rate, and lock up us, the just, more even longer. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. And also the ones that actually the 1/3 of us, hopefully I'm of that number, or at least the one of the 144, hopefully I'm of that number, those that aren't necessarily doing anything, and they find some way to lock us up or kill us or persecute us. They still put chemtrails in the sky, that affect us, that affect everybody really, but mostly they put it in Jake neighborhoods. So you got them that plot against us, try to take our channels down, keep us from studying the truth, sending agents out. Verse 12, the wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword, and have bent their bow, to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversations. So, who's the ones who have upright conversations? It's not these basically niggas in the world. So Salaki for me, counting on like niggas in the world as the just, because it's supposed to be, the Israelites supposed to be the just, but you got wicked of our people that just don't do it. So, but also we're not the wicked, particularly in this verse. Even though some of us are wicked, we don't got the power to gnash after the poor and draw out the sword and bow and try to kill them, stuff like that. That's mostly the so-called white man who has these military technology, to go and kill. The Georgia Guidestone says to keep population of humanity under, like, I think 500 million. And so that's what's they're trying to do, to accomplish. And to do that, you gotta kill, come with diseases and all other type of stuff. And this is the so-called white man's blessing. This is going back to Genesis chapter 27 verse 40. This is concerning Esau. It says 39. I'm sorry, 38. And Esau said unto his father, this is Genesis 27 and 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven from above. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. So, because the Israelites, they ruled under Solomon, and it came to pass after a while, you had your so-called Edomites, or so-called white people, your Edomites, they ruled under the Greeks and the Romans. So that was them coming into their power, as the scriptures just prophesied in that verse. And if you also read, it says, by the sword shalt thou live, and that's the white man's motto, his military. You look on the back of the dollar bill, you got the eagle, who has the arrows in his hand, the 13 arrows, and the olive branch. The olive branch represents peace, and the arrows represents war. Because white man, wherever he comes, he extends that olive branch, he's going to shake your hand like he did with Gad, the Native American Indians, and then he stabs you in the back with the other hand. So he doesn't mind, he comes with a fake peace. That's how he operates. The wicked have drawn out the sword. The wicked being Esau, that's his blessing. And have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. So the Most High is going to, they lay the snare for themselves that they're going to be caught in. Go over here in Job. This is Job 5 and 12. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So, you got the devices that is used, it's going to be used against them. So he's not going to be able to use them all. All these DARPA products, DARPA instruments, it might end up, most I making it turn on his ass. Their sword shall enter, verse reading on 37:15. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but Yahweh upholdeth the righteous. So this is promised by the Most High. He said he upholds the righteous, and that's your righteousness comes from you keeping the commandments, but grace ultimately is what the Most High gives you. It's not by works or anything. We got to keep the commandments to make a case for ourselves, but ultimately it's the Most High, through his grace and his mercy, is what's going to give us salvation. And on that note, I'm going to say all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and Shalom.